Hey y'all, what's good? Welcome to Wake Up with Love. I am so glad you chose to start your morning with us today. This is a sacred space cultivated with spirit, heart, and purpose, designed to support you in becoming the greatest expression of the massive blessing you came into this world to be. So let's get into it.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be much stronger in the presence of my Savior.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior.
Call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in the mystery and oceans deep. My faith will stand.
Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fall and fear surrounds me, you never failed, and you won't stop now.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me. Spirit, lead me. Spirit, lead me. Take me deeper. Take me deeper. Take me deeper into you.
Deep and gracious God, that which watches over, divine great creator, please bless this moment, bless these words. Bless that the truth within them may be revealed. Bless that there are 8.5 billion truths. When we speak of love, we synchronize. We find the healing moments in between our stories. May someone be freed from a misunderstanding today. May someone lift themselves out of the shallows of their life and into the deep waters of grace, of abundance, of beauty, of gratitude. May we recognize those that are in the depth with us. May we band together and create a beautiful experience for ourselves and generations to come. Those are my words, those are my prayer. Keep them steady. Keep me steady as I share them. And all the beautiful names you are praised and celebrated around the world. Aho, amen, ashe. Yes, beautiful people, what is up? It's Wake Up with Love, Wednesday mornings. And it's Wednesday mornings because they used to call it Hump Day, but in Magic World, In medicine world, there is no hump day. Every day we get to breathe. Every day we get to see. Every day we get to participate in the beautiful life that's becoming is a blessing. It's a moment of gratitude. It's a moment of love. It's a moment for appreciation. It's a moment to serve the love that's within and the love that's without. And so in that spirit is how I come to you today with Wake Up With Love, giving you some inspiration, some motivation, and possibly some insights into the way you're looking, approaching, or seeing the world. Hopefully someone gets broken free through these words. Someone just shifts their attention, their understanding upon these words and finds new life, more freedom, more room to run, to play, to be the heart that you were meant to be. May your greatest expression be revealed to yourself and to everyone around you. That is my deepest prayer. So let's jump into it, people. I'm driving yesterday back from Asheville, North Carolina, and Great Spirit said, be mindful of the groundhogs in your garden. I was like, whoa. Be mindful of the groundhogs in your garden. So of course, I had to go to the Google and look it up and look up groundhogs and what do groundhogs do in gardens. And so what groundhogs do in gardens is they eat up the seeds before they ever have a chance to take root. And that's why they're called the groundhog. I never put it together until I was looking on Google, and I was like, wow, how many things do we speak that the answer is right there in the medicine of the word, and we don't even match it up like the groundhog. So who's the groundhogs? The groundhogs are the individuals in your life that are running on fear, on concern. They think they're moving for your safety. The story they're telling themselves, they're trying to be helpful. But in truth, they're diminishing your seeds before they ever try to take root. I was sharing with my wife this morning, and she said, yeah, how many people love to play devil's advocate? Devil's advocate, folks. There's no pretense. There's no mistake on the way that sounds. Devil's advocate isn't helpful. Most people want to pick it apart and feel smart by finding the weakness. But when it comes time to strengthen it, to buttress it, to support it, where are they then? Where is their energy? Where is their focus? Where is their assistance when it's time to actually bring it to life, help it take root, help water it, help show it, help protect it, help grow it, help share it? Where are those beautiful people that want to be helpful then? Those are the groundhogs in your life, people. And this is not about negative. This is not blame or shame. This is not the game we play here. The game we play is that you came here for a purpose, and there's a time for everything, and there may be a time for everyone. There's also a distance for everyone. Some people are meant to be a football field away. Some people are meant to be in hugging distance. We need to know the difference. We need to know what we're sharing and who we're sharing it with and when we're sharing with them. Everything has its time. We don't plant our seeds in the winter. We plant them in the spring. We don't plant certain seeds in full sunlight. We plant them in the shade. Certain seeds need the shade to grow. It's that discernment piece. So once again, no shame, no blame. That's not my game. Okay? This is about love. This is about you. Every part of my being is in service of your greatest soul's purpose expressing itself upon the world. The time is now. The time is now. And so make sure that those that you're sharing the fruit of your seeds with, the dream of your seeds, some people, they can't see the vision. Right? And if they can't see the vision, then maybe those are the moments when it's ours to carry it to them. We get momentum because traction is so attractive. And there's people that are going to only be ready to grow once they see it pop through the ground. They're not meant to be through the watering stage. They're not meant to be the planting stage. So always stages, understanding it. I'm here today because the song that I played in the beginning is, if my feet may fail, let my faith cover the distance. Those aren't the words of the song, but the name of the song is If My Feet May Fail. And I say, let my faith cover the distance. If I'm made to walk a football field and my feet fail midway, may my faith cover that distance, great one. May you become the wind beneath my wings, behind me, pushing me forward as I hold faith and glide myself through the finish line. That's my prayer to today. And then it says, may I walk upon the waters. May I have the faith to walk upon the waters. And we all know the story biblically about the walking and the faith that it takes in the moment when Peter, I believe it was, lost faith. He sunk. And how many times do we lose faith? And how many times does that rewind back into my first thing, sharing our fruit with groundhogs, sharing our seeds, sharing our watering process? So how do we keep a protective bubble around our seeds, around our watering time, around our garden? How do we fence our garden to make sure we're nurturing and protecting it, knowing that one day it will grow bountiful fruit and that will not only feed us, but will feed many. Gardens always overproduce. It is the nature of God's work. It is an overproducing state. It is an abundance state. And the garden is perfectly in alignment with it. And so what I want to speak with you today about, a lot of people call the thing in their mind that speaks to them in unkind ways, the thing that's leading us to unkind or often harmful practices or actions, the shadow. And what Spirit has revealed to me is that it's not about the shadow, because the shadow could be intimidating because you can't quite see it. It moves, right? And it's in the dark and it's lurking and it can seem overwhelming or over-encompassing. But when we look at it as the shallow waters, it changes the perspective. And that's what I began to call it. I began to call it the shallows. It's the levels of safety. Safety is a shallow. It's trying to make myself comfortable. Those are the shallows. It's trying to bring myself to put my life on autopilot. That's the shallow. But when I'm in the depths of my life, I can't be on autopilot. It's not comfortable. It's very uncomfortable, but often uber rewarding. I purposely put myself into uncomfortable positions and safe uncomfortable positions, like pushing myself to do new things that I haven't done yet, pushing myself to do new things in public, which I might fail at and have witnesses for my failing. Pushing myself to learn new things, to try new things, to explore new things, right? It's uncomfortable, but there's so much fruit in the uncomfortable moments in the depths of my life. Spirit told me the other day, be careful of people with bite-sized belief systems. People that believe they can paraphrase God into a single sentence and have it be all-encompassing. And then weigh your future, your safety, your eternal soul's relevant and wealth and protection against a one-sentence phrase. Now, I don't know about you, beautiful people, but every time I've been in the glimpse of God and had the presence of the all-encompassing nature of this eternal universe, and then I try to digest that into a bite-size bite, it never works. It's always so much more grand than that, so much more encompassing that I just have to be in awe and the fact that the more I learn, the less I know. And that there will always be more faith than fact in my spiritual life. Let me say it again, folks. There will always be more faith than fact in my spiritual life. For whenever I cling to an idea, a bite-sized idea of what truth was, it was not far soon before someone came into my life and spoke words to me that shattered the foundation of that belief and my grip to it, because I heard truth in what they were saying. I had to recognize, we all recognize when truth is spoken, we have to make room in our internal environment for truth to seed itself once it's spoken. We can't keep it out. And often what it does is it shakes the foundation of our gripping. And so how do we find peace in our lives in a way that allows us to feel grounded in our truth, but also gives us room so that when Spirit gives us a new aspect of the puzzle, we make room to integration. We allow ourselves to allow it in and see how it's meant to formulate and allow the ungrace or the unease that happens when we're unstable for a moment because our foundation is restabilizing with the blessing we were given, a new piece of the truth. And that's all happening in the deep waters. You see, people in the jungle, there's a tribe in the jungles of the Amazon that they don't have the room to be worrying about, lamenting about the past or fearing about the future because their environment is not comfortable. Their environment makes them understand that there are animals watching that would actually like to eat them. There's actually smaller animals that if they disturb that animal will attack. And so they don't have the luxury of falling asleep behind the wheel of a 2-ton vehicle. We all do it if we're drivers. We all wake up and we're like 10 miles ahead of where we were. We're not even sure how we got there. And we're driving a 2-ton vehicle while doing it. People in the wild don't have this ability. Animals don't have that space to forget that the moment is now. The gift is now. And so when we're uncomfortable, when our heart is beating, our fears are playing, we're like putting ourselves into like these positions of stretching. We don't get to fall asleep at the wheel. That's the gift of that moment. That's the gift of growth. To keep putting ourselves into situations that force us to be in the now moment. That's where life is happening. Life isn't happening tomorrow, and it's not happening yesterday. Yesterday will inform today, and today will inform tomorrow, but it's all happening right now in the gift of this moment. And that moment is in the deep. It's in the deep, folks. It's in the deeps. So I want you to be wary of where your mind is asking you to be safe. And then what's it gripping to for safety? Is it gripping to a job for safety? Is it gripping to a person for safety? Is it gripping to a number in your bank account for safety? Is it gripping in a 401k and promise of future monies for safety? Is it gripping in a government for safety? What is it gripping to? And I promise you, if you explore it, it's going to be shallow waters. You'll realize that there's actually very little safety there. That person, that job, that bank account, that 401k can disappear in an instant. But there are things that are essential and eternal that are within you. There is something that is going to travel with you when you lay down this bag of bones, wrapped in skin, and is the most technological advanced thing on the planet right now that you're sitting in, breathing in, as you're listening to me, as you're listening to this. And so only what you can take with you is actually worthy of you getting lost in. Everything else just supports it. I hope the people in your life are supporting you being in the depth of your life. I hope the jobs that you have, the way that you fund your life, support you getting lost in the depth of your life. To the overwhelm. How often do we avoid falling in love because we don't want to break our heart? How often do we avoid playing on the edge of our next adventure because we don't want to fail? How often do we not do the things that are calling us forward for fear? That's the shallows, people. The depth is it all part of it. The breathing in bed after a loved one has left, being just as delicious as the overwhelmed feeling you have when you meet someone and you don't want to do anything but be around them because there's so much energy being generated of learning them and sharing you with them, right? That's the depth. Allowing yourself to not quite know what happens after your last breath. Allowing there to be more faith than fact is a deep experience. Allowing yourself to say, I don't know. Beautiful, depth, deep experience. Allowing you to make room for new truths to enter. To not squeeze to the one truth and make it be everything, but give room for God and the Creator to express itself to you in new ways. It says, I am. I am that I am. I am it all. And if it's all, then how could we judge any of it? How could we just not watch it all with open, tender eyes? Experience the beautiful, dynamic expression of God working through us and through the planet. So those are my words for today, beautiful people. I went all over the place. I had such a delicious time doing it. I'm flying inside right now. I hope something I said set somebody free. For the chains we're wearing are illusional. They were placed on us before we were old enough to understand there was a misunderstanding that our parents thought, that our grandparents thought, that our community thought, and now we were shackled because we didn't have anything to weigh it against but the deep, intimate relationship that we were having with the divine as kids that the grown-up worlds weren't having. And then before we were able to speak, they were telling us what they believed, but now we're grown. It's our time. So let's go back and let's explore the shackles and realize we are free. We are so much more powerful than the misunderstanding. And we are so much more capable of spinning and swimming in the deeps and exploring the depth of our lives. That the greatest fear is taking our last breath and realizing we didn't do what we came to do. That, my friends, can become the greatest concern. That you spend every moment making sure that when your last breath finds you, whenever it finds you at peace with the way you spent your moments, your precious moments. So as I enter the deeps of the unknown today, in deep prayer with Spirit guiding me, I look forward to opening my eyes and seeing who's there with me. And for those of you that are feeling yourself gripping to these external ideas of security, I pray that you release your grip just a bit today. Feel the waters of grace surrounding you, pulling you towards a bigger expression of the beautiful blessing you were born to be. A channel of blessing leading you into the waters of deep love, deep grace, deep support. That's my prayer. That's my love. All right, beautiful people. Thank you for listening. If you were moved by what you heard today, you know what to do. Like it, share it, spread the love around. Until next time.